Good morning. This is the Blainsville webcast that can be found each week on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. You can also listen on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. You can find more about past shows, present shows, future shows at our website, which is behind me, blainsworld.net. I'm your host, Blaine Greenfield, and I'm here in my Zoom studio in lovely downtown Fairview, North Carolina. Each week, we focus on positive news and information about people and organizations in both Western North Carolina and throughout the country. And toward that end, it's my pleasure to introduce Michelle Haworth and Cassie Gibb, co-owners of Rooted and Gathered, for being my guests today. And feel free to wave to all your fans and friends who are watching this. So give them a big wave. Okay, that is, and I said it off the air, is it the sister duo of Michelle and it's not two sisters?
So kind.
So Cassie's,
So
or maybe I should,
kind.
well, I'll let people figure out who's the mother and daughter. But anyway, they are a mother and daughter team, Michelle Hayworth and Cassie Gibb, and the founders and owners of Rooted and Gathered in Arden, a Christian bookstore, cafe, and creative gathering place to connect in friendship and faith. And so the question I always ask folks when I meet somebody for the first time is in terms of the both of you, where did you grow up in what area?
So I was born in upstate New York,
Okay.
but I lived in Florida for 40 years until I moved to Asheville with my husband. Well, Fairview technically, and we moved there about 5 years ago. And
Okay. And same thing too. Yeah, Cassie. Yeah.
I am from West Palm Beach, Florida, and then I've hopped around North Carolina a little bit, but ended up in Asheville, North Carolina in 2021.
Okay. And so when you were a child growing up, you said a bunch of different places. Did you always know you wanted to run a Christian bookstore? Was that your goal as a kid? I'll ask since we're talking. I'll ask Cassie first on this. As a kid, what did you
Okay.
want? What did you want to do?
No, I wanted to be a dolphin trainer. But honestly, kind of later on growing up, I always thought, like it'd be really cool to own a coffee shop or bookstore, but I never really thought that it was a possibility, to be honest.
you wanted to do baking.
I did
Sure.
like baking. I did like baking. Yeah.
Well, so hopefully you can bring in some of your baking skills into this operation as well.
She has got quite the menu.
Okay, sounds good. And so, but gave up on dolphins. What made you give up on dolphin training?
I didn't want to ever have to put them to sleep, basically. I only wanted the joy of getting to train them and love on them, but the hard stuff I was like, I don't want to do that.
Okay, gotcha. And so the same question, Michelle, as a child, young woman growing up, where you did you have the desire to open a Christian bookstore?
Well, I have been an educator for over 30 years. That's my passion. My passion has always been people. I've run various iterations of this business throughout the years, be it education or for a period of time. I had a Christian gift basket business and welcoming service a number of years ago. Cassie brings the event and the restaurant and the cafe experience, uh, but I love doing crafts. I love people. I love talking. I love education. I love it when she makes me coffee. I love it when she bakes for me. I love to bake as well myself. But God just decided that it was time for this business to launch now, and it has been just an incredible journey of what's been transpiring in the past few months. So,
So one of the
yeah.
cool things about this business then, it seems you'll be able to incorporate a lot of what you have done in terms of
Yeah.
your background into bringing it into this place as well.
Yeah.
Had you ever been involved in a retail business before like this?
My version of retail was all online. It was all,
Okay.
yeah, never brick and mortar. So yeah,
Well,
so
it's,
that's
it's
that's my
funny you
thing.
say that because it's really kind of cool speaking to the both of you in that, yeah, there are places where there's opportunity to people to actually go into a store, or to meet other people and to see other people and to network with other people. And that's kind of cool. So
Yeah.
behind you, I see some of the bookshelves I see behind you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And so describe if you would, then this operation. So it's you come into the place, and again, I should ask you, where is this located again?
We're located in Arden off of Avery Creek Road, which is pretty close to Long Shoals, about 10 minutes from the outlet mall.
Okay. And so if people come in here, you were telling me off there, you're the only store in the area. There's not like a retail strip shopping center.
We are blessed to be in a 100-year-old former schoolhouse and church. So we are just in an amazing, beautiful, beautiful space. And Creekside CSA is right here as well. They are our landlords, and we had Gerze's Smokehouse here, who happens to be at Mr. Turner's food truck park over off of Old Airport Road. And so we are just in a fantastic location. It's very one of the God signs that we had is this location is located right next to Walnut Cove, pretty much very close to the cliffs at Walnut Cove, and you can look out at some beautiful houses. Well, from 2016 to 2019, before my husband and I moved to the place to the Asheville area, we would drive along the Blue Ridge whenever we would come to visit. Cassie attended Appalachian State for a period of time before University of Mount Olive and Warren Wilson, and so we would just take trips to Asheville. We just loved the area. We knew we wanted to be more, in a mountainous climate. My husband Tom is from the Arlington, Virginia area. And so we just wanted to get more into seasons, a little bit back to our roots. We were empty nesters at the time. And but on the Blue Ridge, we always used to pull out to the overlook at Walnut Cove. And now, I almost wonder if God was going, you have no idea where you're going to be in a number of years, because literally, like, we were looking out right at the property without even knowing it was here. So,
what gave you the idea then to start an actual bookstore, though?
well, I had the vision for a business called Gather, maybe for about 2 or 3 years, and I wanted to do craft classes. I wanted to do some events. I was a single mom for a number of years. So it's really a passion for me to have family-friendly events, to have places that people can afford to go, and environment that is conducive to children. For example, in the back on those bookcases there, we have a bunch of games that can be, that you can grab a game with the kids and just come and play. That's really important for me. I loved we would go to CC's Pizza down in Florida, and they had air hockey. And it was great to go there because the kids could play, and, we could enjoy some good family time, but we weren't there like for hours and hours and hours. So I think sometimes it's nice as a parent with your kids. You love your kids so much, and you want to be able to do things with them, but maybe you don't want to play a board game for 4 hours. And if you play a game at home, you might play a board game for 4 hours, or maybe you want to do something with your friends, but you don't want to have to clean your house, or you want just like a really comforting, relaxing environment to just hang out with, where you can't do that at a restaurant because people are going to kick you out at some point and gently take away the cups, the silverware, the dishes. And so that's what we want to strive to be.
And so one of the nice things, having Cassie involved in the business as well, is that if they come to the place, they'll look at the books, all the other cool stuff you have, but they also may be able to get some baked goods and have some stuff that Cassie's going to be preparing. I'm getting hungry just talking about this. What I'm getting hungry just talking about this. So what kinds of baked goods are you planning to have?
So we're going to change out the menu monthly. So for this month, leading into September, we'll have pistachio tiramisu. We have brown butter sourdough discard chocolate chip cookies, which is a really long name, but it tells you all the good things about it. There's banana bread, there's a lemon chantilly cake, and more that we're so excited to have. Keto brownies and keto glazed donut holes, yes. So lots of good options.
Also, there'll be coffee and tea, or just coffee primarily.
Yeah, we have espresso drinks, drip coffee, iced coffee, cold brew, matcha, tea, all of it pretty much.
Now, had you ever done that before?
Yeah, so I worked in the coffee industry for about 3 years, serving coffee and being a barista. And I absolutely loved getting to make the drinks. It was like a creative outlet in a way. And I really missed it. And so this was a really good opportunity to get to bring it back in and combine my love of books in it too.
Now, so people come here, so they come for the books as well. But do you see people just coming here for the coffee and baked goods? Can they just do that?
Yeah. I think in my head, I would love if people were coming like a normal cafe, but wanted to maybe that looks like them journaling or just spending some devotional time, and then also just getting to hang out with friends even too. I think that's the sweet thing about when we just had our soft launch was that we got to see some people just hanging out with their family and their friends, and they stayed here for quite a bit, so we're super grateful.
How many people can the place hold?
About 50.
About 50.
50.
Oh, so it's good size to have a lot of different people here too.
Yeah.
And I assume if people want to have well, I should assume I should ask you, if people want to have a birthday party there, could they have a birthday party?
Potentially, yeah, in a smaller group they could do.
Yeah, or off time or something along those lines. So talk to me
Yeah.
with Michelle a little bit about the bookstore part. So what kind of books will be available?
So they are all Christian books that we have. Between the two of us, we've curated a great list of some books, Bibles and Christian books, Hosanna Revival, Daily Grace. Who else am I? She reads. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mhm.
And aside from that, are there like non-religious books? I mean, they're all Christian based, but are there novels or other stuff there as well?
Of the Christian variety,
Right.
there will be, yes, there are not at this present time because we just did the soft launch, and gradually we're going to be adding inventory as time develops. But they'll all be Christian books.
Okay, interesting. Do you see any I don't know if there are any Christian authors in the area, but that'd be kind of exciting
That
if you
would be
could.
Would be.
Are there Christian authors in the area?
I do know of one who's getting ready to publish a book, and I do know one that we did an event called an Honoring Women Gala back in May, and we did have an author who attended that. Yeah,
Oh,
who
very
had
nice.
written some children's.
Where was that event?
We held that at the Weaverville Community Center. We
Oh,
did that
okay.
as a pop-up. Yeah, I thought we were going to be doing pop-ups until the end of the year, but God put me on fast track here.
And by
So.
the way, that Weaveville Community Center, beautiful facility, isn't it?
Oh, it was amazing. The fireplace, the looking out at the lake, it was gorgeous.
So you were talking to me off there too, that you'll have other kinds of events down the road. You're contemplating them. What are some of these kinds of things that you see happening down the road?
Well, I know for sure, for example, we had the praise party that was part of the soft launch opening, and we had Wild Stream Worship here to play, and it was just a fantastic evening of worship. We will be working with Virtuous, an artist local in the area, and she will be doing some events starting next year. And I believe we have a dance exercise that she'll be doing a dance exercise class coming soon. So we're excited to see, all that is that's coming. We're going to do some craft classes in and of ourselves. And we will continue to do praise parties quarterly, which, those were just great nights of music. We had, like I said, Griz's Smokehouse here from serving barbecue, and so we also want to invite other people that want to do, that are like-minded Christians who want to host events. We want them to be able to do those here if they see something that resonates with them.
Resonates with me at least. Will Cassie be having any classes where she'll show people how to bake these cookies? Is that down the road or?
Ooh, maybe down the line. I think at the beginning, I really want to focus on making sure that all the baked goods and the coffee is a good process, and then I think hiring on people too. So I think at some point, maybe, yeah.
Okay, it just sounds kind of be a fun kind of thing to do, or something a little bit different to
Yeah, sounds really fun.
invite the community to not only bake the cookies, but to sample them too. That
Yeah.
would be the idea. Or if you
Yeah.
have, I'm volunteering. If you ever have a cookie tasting event, I'm there. Sounds good.
Thank you.
So, will you also have, you mentioned the one author locally. Do you see yourself having some readings that author come in and talk
Oh,
about?
I mean, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, especially the children's thing. I know I want to do a couple of events with bedtime stories for kids. And so if I know we do have a book from a local author, and so we want to do some family friendly things for the kids, but for sure we would do other events with Christian authors to bring them in. And yeah.
And you mentioned a bedtime event. So tell me a little bit about the kind of the hours of this and when's it and when and where it's going to be available.
Yeah, so we have our hours listed on regular good old Google right now. And then they're also going to be listed on our website shortly, and it's listed on our Instagram, Facebook, all of that. And so our hours, Mondays we're closed. Tuesdays we're open from 8 to 8. So 8 in the morning till 8 at night. And then Wednesdays we're open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then Thursdays through Saturdays, again, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And Sundays will be 3 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Okay. So for a new store, that's pretty ambitious to have, that many hours that
Yeah.
you're going to be open. Is it primarily, at this point in time, primarily just the two of you?
At the moment, it is us. We did have some help for the soft launch, and we will have some help for the same time for some of the time, but we will be hiring as well. And I want people to have the opportunity to come into the space and just relax. So I want you. We're here to serve other people, so we want the people to tell us what hours we should have. It's my philosophy. I think we should just be open more in the beginning to allow people to find us and then tell us when it is that, then it's best for them to come, what's most convenient for them. Yeah.
Now, the key as a mother-daughter team here, have you ever worked together in any kind of capacity before?
Yeah, we worked together on her business that she's been in for quite a number of years, and she's helped me with my photography business. All kinds of things.
Okay. So the key is, it seems you are, but do you get along with each other?
Yes.
Okay. Is that
if not, she knows where to straighten me out,
And vice versa. So
okay, the key to this as well. So down the road, take it past. So you had the soft lunch, and that was just a couple of weeks ago. You had the soft lunch.
No, it was Saturday.
Oh, this is past Saturday.
Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it happened to be my father's birthday. Again, one of those God synchronicities that happens. I have a job that I do down in Florida, and there's some whole other God synchronicities there. But that class I was teaching in person ended on August 13th. And so August 16th was my father's birthday. And unfortunately, he passed away a few years ago. But because he passed away, I was able to do this. And so he loved Coca-Cola. So you can't see because it's off camera, but I am looking at two Coca-Cola bottles from my friend Kelly Hatman that she had that are antique. and I have my father's boots up overhead. So yeah.
Okay. Very, very cool. So it's a nice way to, you always think about your dad when you have the business. I was going to say, so even though he wasn't there personally, he was there in spirit, I imagine too. Very, very cool. So we get past I can't believe you're already open and to your credit, most people do a soft opening and take it slow. Boy, you just went from the soft opening. Next day you were ready doing this 24/7. Have you learned anything in this short period of time about running the business?
I feel like we've learned a lot about community, honestly, and just how important it is. And I had my family come down from Winston-Salem. My
Very nice.
dad and my stepmom came down, and that was really special. And even their friend came and her husband to support us, which was super sweet. And just like our church community, our local church community, someone I went to App State with came. And we were only together for a short period of time at App State, but it really meant a lot to see how kind of everyone gathered around us to support us. And she had people come in that she knew.
My women's group. Yeah.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
I just think community wise, I think it's really important and it speaks to the heart of what we're trying to do here.
But more importantly, when they came down, did they at least either buy some cookies or buy some books?
They did. They did.
Yeah. So we want them to come, but we want them to join us and spend some money with us also as well. The talking about books themselves, so what's the price range, if you would, Michelle, of the books that you have?
Yeah, probably starting from about 10-ish dollars. There's some gifts as well, some Christian gifts starting at like $4. And then going up to, we have Bibles that are more in the 50, 60 range. I think it's nice nowadays with so much online shopping to be able to, I know with a Bible, you appreciate and I appreciate being able to get my hands on it and look inside of it, because some people like journaling Bibles, some people like note-taking Bibles, some people like Bible studies and they're inside their Bibles. So I think it's good to be able to get your hands on a book.
And one of the exciting things I think about what you're doing is that not only do you get hands on a book, but you actually may even bump into some people, and can you imagine speak to people and when bookstores used to be fun, you go to a bookstore and talk to people about it and talk to the owners or talk to the clerks, and you don't have that anymore, and even I'm guilty of it, I used to go to Barnes and Noble, and spend time in Barnes and Noble, but now it's all online. So do you see doing that? I could see you doing that as well in terms of having some book discussion groups. Do you see that down the road?
Oh, for sure. We'll do book discussion groups and Bible studies. I lead two small groups, one for ladies and one for married couples already, and I do those online. But I for sure see us doing some of that. We're going to do some fiber craft nights every Thursday, including this Thursday. Just if somebody was working on a craft project or something like that, they could bring it in. But to your points about being able to talk to people and establish community, we really saw that at the praise party, because people were in different groups, but it was amazing how they knew each other. And they said, oh, how do you know so-and-so? Like some of her friends, some of my friends would come up to me and say, oh, how do you know so-and-so? And it was just, it was interesting how there was that connection there already. Yeah,
The exciting thing too, just listening to you, is that nothing wrong with the online presence, but it's also nice to actually see people and speak to them, and just a different feeling as well.
Yeah.
So to recap a little bit, if folks want to get more information about the place, best bet is to come there, rooted and gathered in Auden. And by the way, I love the name. How'd you come up with the name for that?
So I discovered photography. I've always loved photography, but I didn't actually hold a professional camera until I think 2021. And my friend let me borrow it, and it was a very big mistake, not really, but once I grabbed it, I fell in love with it, just getting to capture a moment. That's what I really love. And so I was really thinking about it and praying about it, and I literally heard the name Rooted Photography. And so that I registered the domain name and everything, and that's something that I do. I'm a family photographer, Christian family photographer based in Asheville. And so that's where the Rooted came from. And then for her, I'll let her share about Gather.
Yeah, I just kept hearing the name Gather and wanted to be, that's all it was about. It was about community and connections and all of those things. So when we decided that we would be partners, it organically became Rooted and Gather. And I mean, it's been a fantastic process, even everything to the branding. If I can tell you a story
Please.
about how our logo came to be. So, so my mother was type 1 diabetic. She passed away 4 weeks before Cassie was born. She always said that she was going to pass away at 4 o'clock. It was a little bit unusual that I think she just wanted her family to be watching her at that point. Maybe she was going to have an insulin reaction or something. And she did not pass away at 4 o'clock. She passed away at 1 something, some indiscriminate time. On the day that she passed away at exactly 4 o'clock, my dad was standing in our home looking out the sliding glass window, and there was a dove freaking out like a crazy bird. And we know the biblical reference of the dove in the Bible. And so the dove was freaking out. It catches his attention and it goes boop, boop, boop 3 times with its beak into the window. And so, but this was at exactly 4 o'clock. Well, then a dove was always present with my father. My father had heart surgery 4 weeks later. There was a dove. After that, he would be sick. He would be sad for the next 20 something years of his life. Every time he was sad, there was a dove. Fast forward to our branding. Through SBC, through Dwayne, I met, which is how I connected with you. I met John Hornsby of Hornsby Creative, and he did our branding. And when he did, one of the options happened to be with a dove. So nod to the family, we took it. But the interesting thing that happened is when we found this space, after my husband looked at it, it was 4 o'clock. I was sitting in an apartment in Florida on campus, and a dove hops on the windowsill outside, turns and faces me, and goes boop, boop, boop 3 times on the window. And I just flipped because I'm the talker, I'm animated. Anyway, and there was the dove right there. And I just knew that was it.
And Emily, thank you for the shout out to, you mentioned the SBC, the Small Business Center at AB Tech, and
Yeah.
Our mutual friend Dwayne Adams does a great job running stuff there. So thank you for recognizing his efforts as well. And I guess
And
Cassie,
Western Women's too. Western Women's assisted me
who else?
as well as we were starting up. Yeah.
Who else?
The Western Women's Business Center. Yes,
Okay.
they
And you're giving a great bit of advice to anybody listening or watching that there's a lot of resources out there and just seek it out. And I'll conclude with one final point back to Cassie. I'm coming up with another great idea, Cassie, for you both, or if you haven't done this already. But I could see this as also a place to be offering photography instructions, or learn about photography, or come, Cassie, you're going to be presenting a workshop or whatever, on photography, because it looks like you have a lot of different interests. And so the kind of exciting thing about this venture is it gives you both the opportunity to explore all of them, which is really cool, including even if anybody wants to start raising doves, maybe we'll have a class in dove raising, where I don't
they're always around me.
I think Cassie says no to that, but I can just see, or it'd be cute. Do we have any doves in the place, or it'd be cute to have?
There was the day the fire marshal came.
Yeah.
There was a dove singing to me in the tree. So
Yeah. Okay, so
if I'm going to be there, the doves are around.
I love it. To recap one last time, so the name of the place is the Rooted and Gathered in Auden, and to get information on it, Michelle, the best bet is to do what?
Yep, Rooted and Gather on Facebook and Instagram, and our website is rootedandgather.org.
Okay. Well, I'd like to thank you both for being my guests on this edition of Blaine's World webcast. Very excited you're just starting this, so I can get to wish you lots of luck with it. And I think you're off to a great start, and it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. So keep up the good
I
work.
appreciate your time. So grateful.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Likewise.